Good afternoon, my wonderful students. My name is Oduma Vivian. I'm here to teach JSS1 Home Economics. Home Economics. Yes. And before then, I would like to tell you that I miss you so much. I miss you, my lovely children. I miss you all. And I hope wherever you are playing safe. My dear, don't visit anyone. Always wash your hands with soap and water. Use the sanitizer and keep safe. Do you understand? Please, I miss you. Yes, happy to have you online. Yes, our topic today is basic sewing processes. Basic sewing processes. That is the first week topic. Basic sewing processes. Yes, in this topic, our learning objective of this topic is, at the end of the lesson, I want each and every one of you to be able to identify basic stitches, and classify stitches into temporary and permanent stitches. You'll be able to know the difference between temporary stitches and permanent stitches. Then the third one is that you make the different types of temporary and permanent stitches. You'll be able to practicalize it at home. Remember, this topic involves practical, but because it's online, not to worry, I will do it in such a way that you will be able to practice it at home. Trust me. Do you understand? Yes, I know. I know you, and I know what you can do. So keep tuned. Let's quickly go down to definition of basic stitches. Basic stitches involved garment making. Yes, when we talk of basic stitches, it's all about threading your needles and sew it, put it in and outside of the cloth or material. It is the passing of thread with needle into and out of material in effort to sew. That is what we call basic stitches. Yes, while stitches itself are small lines, all those, as you are trying to sew, those small lines that you are seeing, or that is made of thread, that your thread is creating, is what we call stitches. Do you understand? Those small lines, those small lines like that is going up and down, that your thread is trying to create, is what we call stitches. So I come again with the definition. I say basic stitches involved garment making. It is the passing of thread with needle into and out of material in effort to sew. While stitches are small lines of thread made on a piece of cloth when it is being sewed. Do you see it? Though after you have sewed it, those tiny lines that you are seeing, they are called stitches. Let's quickly go down to the types of stitches. We have two broad division of stitches, two. The other ones are embroidery. Do you understand? So we have two broad division of stitches. We call it, we have temporary stitches and permanent stitches. We have temporary stitches and permanent stitches. Yes, let us go to the one we call temporary stitches. Those temporary stitches are those stitches that you can use to hold. Like for instance, now you put two clothes together. When you put two clothes together, you now use your needle and thread to hold it. You go to another line to hold it. Go to another line to hold it. They are called temporary stitches. You can remove it anytime you want. After holding it and you feel, okay, I've gotten the shape I want, I've gotten what I actually wanted, then you can remove it. It is easily removed because they are not tight. That is why they are temporary stitches. And under temporal stitches, we have basting stitch, we have even stitch, we have uneven stitch, we have diagonal stitch, and we have tailor's tacken stitch. Now, I want to quickly run down to show you the examples of diagonal stitches, even basting and uneven basting. You can see the way this diagonal stitches started. It started here, cross over to this side. You now cross it over again. You go to this side again. Do you see the way it's going? That is diagonal stitches. Are you getting it? Then even stitches is the one that the lines, you can see that the lines are equal. The space between here, the space between here and here, they are equal. The space it's given, they are equal. While this one, you can see that their space is very long. That is uneven stitches. Uneven stitches. You can see it. All right. Now, let's quickly rush down to permanent stitches. These are used for joining two or more separate pieces of materials together. Now, we are talking of permanent. Anything you sew here, each of these examples, anyone you use here is going to be permanent. Before you lose it, you have to be very, very careful. If not, you will spoil your material. Do you understand? But on the temporary stitches, if you want to remove it, it's as easy as ABC. You just draw the thread, the thing will just go like that. But on the permanent stitches, you have, if you make any mistake, you have to take your time in removing them. Maybe use seam ripper or your blade in removing them. We have examples of permanent stitches as running stitch, back stitch, oversewing stitch, hemming stitch, buttonhole stitch, and so on. We have oversewing stitch. We say that it is a strong, fine, light stitch used to join finished edge together. Yes, all these things, we have the pictures here. This is running stitch. This is used in making a line or joining two pieces of materials together. You can see this where I use it in making a line. Can you see it? Making a line. Your normal sew is also called tailor's tacking. You can call it running stitch or tailor's tacking. Do you get it? So this is the picture of running stitch. This, you can see the first fabric, the second fabric. So put together the two fabrics. You now use your needle and thread and be sewing. Then it will be running together. Now let us go to another one. We have hemming stitch. He said it is a slanting stitch used to hold down garment hem. It is worked from the wrong side of the garment. That is, at the end of your clothes, take your material, you will see that they hem it. They sew it, you won't see the visible of the thread at the front of that cloth. But the cloth was sewn, was hemmed. If you turn the back, you will be seeing where it was hemmed, but at the front part of the cloth, you will not see anything. Are you getting it? That is called hemming. Hemming. Like a material that is being hemmed, you have to hem it from the wrong side, the back side of it. Then the front side of it will be very, very fine. You won't even know that needle comes out of it because it was hemmed. Now, These are some of the examples of our stitches. We have our back stitches here. We have our back stitches here. We have our running stitch here. We have our overcast stitch, our whipping stitch. These are the pictures of the stitching. Yes, back stitch, we say that it is a strong hand stitch that can be used in place of straight machine stitch. Can you see? Can you see? Don't worry, in my lesson, in my 3rd week lesson, I'm going to play a video on how you are to sew all these stitches one after the other. The video will contain all these stitches, both temporary and permanent stitches. Don't worry, I'm just showing you the picture of how it looks. But at the next video, we are going to play it and see how the stitches are being sewed. Is that taken? So not to worry. With this now, I've seen that I will believe that you have seen the difference between the permanent and temporary stitches. The difference between permanent and temporary stitches. Remember, we say that temporary stitches involves the stitches like basting stitch, even basting stitch, uneven basting stitch, diagonal basting stitch. They are all temporal. Tailor stacking stitch, and these are the pictures of the diagonal, even basting, and uneven basting stitch. You can see that this particular stitch, immediately you are done, you have gotten the shape you want, you can remove it, draw the line, and it will go. So also this one, and so also this one. They are not tight. They are not tight. So they are meant to use to put a fabric in place. They are meant to use to put a fabric in place. Yes, they are not permanent. You can lose them. Then, with this, I will bring this class, it will bring me to the end of the class. Before I end the class, I want to quickly go back to our learning objective, which I said that you'll be able to know or identify basic stitches, and classify temporary and permanent stitches. And you make different types of temporary and permanent stitches. Yes, with this, I've come to the end of this class today. I'm happy to have you online. Next class, we are going to discuss our embroidery. Then I will play a video where you will see how all these stitches are being prepared or are being sewed. Are you getting it? But mind you, this is not a comprehensive note of this topic. You have to log in with your number to the school portal. You have your personal number, I know. Please do log in with your personal number to the school portal and copy the comprehensive notes of this topic. And please remember to do your assignment. Very, very important. Each topic carries assignment. Please do your assignment. Do you understand? And keep playing safe. All right? Love you all and miss you. Bye-bye.